ask Mr. President, or former President, Your Excellency, sir.
Yes, my dear.
Yes, I want to commend you for one thing, at least decentralizing the military while you were the former president. But the only question I want to ask you is, why is it that African leaders, Africa per se, they don't always like to leave office? As in, they don't like relinquishing power. You see different countries in Africa where people want to stay and stay and stay, and after they have even after some time they even want their children to succeed them in power. Why is this just in only Africa?
Thank you, Apollo.
Let me say this quickly, that if you say African leaders, by any means, you will not regard myself as one of those African leaders. And my credentials speak for themselves. In 1979, I did not have to leave power. In fact, only last week, President Kaunda was reminding people who were around when he paid me a visit in Abeokuta, that he actually came to appeal to me not to leave in 1979. And he was not the only one. President Siad Barre came to me and said, look, you will cause problem for us in Africa if you leave. President Houphouët-Boigny of Cote d'Ivoire said the same. I just give those. But I said to all of them, you are running different country. The country I'm running is Nigeria, and I know that as a military man and as a man who was brought up the way I was brought up, my word must be my bond. Unfortunately, I'm talking about myself now, some enemies of Nigeria, and I say this decidedly, and nobody, they said that I wanted a third term. Nobody alive can tell you that I call him and say to him, I wanted a third term.
But why didn't you denounce those who were talking in your name?
No, just wait. Nobody, and nobody talked in my name. Some people, it's a matter of the Constitution amendment. And in fact, I did not send a bill, a draft bill. It was the bill started by the National Assembly itself. Somebody the other day said he came to me, and I told him, I said, it's a blatant lie. Nobody who is alive or dead will say that I call him and say, look, go and work out for me a third term. Because I don't believe in it.
What do you say is the single most important decision?
Now let me say that because he's asking a question. But the point is this: when you leave office in Africa, I left office as head of state. I was put in jail.
Yes,
for
the
doing,
first time.
For doing no wrong.
Right.
The other day, I was comparing note, and I was telling President Kaunda that when I saw Madiba, I told him,
Nelson Mandela,
I told him, Madiba, you are older than President Kaunda and you are older than myself. But by virtue of our prison experience, we are your senior. I said, those who went to prison before they became presidents, like Kwame Nkrumah,
right?
They are prison graduates, PG. Those of us like myself and President Kaunda, who went to prison after we have been presidents or head of state,
right?
We are PPG.
PPG.
Yeah, prison postgraduate, and we laughed about it. Now, the point is this: if you are going to subject to or to be, if you are going to be subjected to that type of
Yes.
treatment.
Yes.
Some people are bound to say,
might
well,
as well
if that
stay
is the
put.
case, let's stay put.